Sentences and utterances are important concepts of semantics and pragmatics, and their discussion may also help us in understanding the difference between semantics and pragmatics. Generally speaking, semantics is concerned with sentences, whereas pragmatics is concerned with utterances, what we speak in a go. Sentences are linguistic entities. Every language has a certain linguistic facts or semantic facts which elaborate on us and inform us about various realities, linguistic realities of that language, how meanings of the various words are there in that language, and what kind of various meanings may be generated when those words are combined or separated in certain ways. An utterance may be defined as an instance of the production of a sentence or a fragment of a sentence. It is not necessary that you always speak a complete sentence in your communication. If we just look at our daily communication, and we may better judge that how many sentences we speak completely in our spoken conversations. We usually most of the times speak half sentences, but still we convey the complete meanings. So it is not necessary for an utterance to be a complete sentence. That's why we usually say that sentences by linguistic rules can be incomplete, but people do not always talk in complete sentences because this is not important. When your meaning can be conveyed with half sentences, in daily communication, we do not feel the need to say complete sentence. For example, in our own local languages, instead of saying kidhar ja rahe ho, if we say kidhar ja rahe, so that should be enough to convey the meaning. So we use sometimes for the sake of economy of words or economy of time, we use half sentences when the complete meanings have been conveyed. So meaningful utterances may be the production of incomplete sentences. That's what we mean, that complete meanings can be conveyed by the half sentences or by the utterances. That doesn't mean that they are incomplete as utterances. Utterances would be complete, those sentences would be incomplete. The most obvious distinction between sentences and utterances lie in the fact that utterance will always have a spatio-temporal and physical properties, whereas sentences would not have all these properties. Sentences are abstract grammatical elements and which are based on certain linguistic and grammatical structures. There is another related distinction between sentences and utterances which can be borrowed from Noam Chomsky, and this distinction is related to grammaticality and acceptability. Sentences focuses more on grammaticality, whereas the utterances focuses more on acceptability. In order to elaborate this point further, let's have a look at the examples given in front of you. For instance, the first sentence is colorless green ideas sleep furiously, and the second sentence is furiously sleep ideas green colorless. Both on the face of them appear nonsensical sentences. They convey nothing. But if you look at the making of the first sentence, you will find that seems to be correct in the terms of grammar. But the second sentence may be wrong in both ways, in grammar or in terms of its meaning. But still, both sentences would be nonsensical to most of the audience who would ever hear these sentences. Chomsky presents the first example without any indication of the context, assuming that everybody who hears it, this would become unacceptable in any conceivable context. So the first sentence may be correct grammatically, but it is wrong in conveying proper meanings because they do not seem commonsensical to the common people. Therefore, we can sum up that sentences are primarily grammatical units, whereas utterances are primarily communicative units.